And so the group that God was showing me refers to major West African, Middle African, and Southern African tribal nations. God did not name these nations to me. He simply said, countries that are major countries in West Africa, in Middle Africa, and Southern Africa, those tribal nations, some of them were taken abroad. That means that some of them yet remain in Africa. This is a very important theme that those who were taken into slavery need to understand, that not every Hebrew, not every Israelite, God's people, has tasted slavery. This itself is a cause for sometimes abrasiveness, because there's different mindsets from if you grew up free and if you grew up in captivity. So some are still at home. Some are still not necessarily at home, because there's many mindsets and misconceptions that people have. Some are still in the place where they settled, and others were brought abroad. And God says that them who went abroad, they now go by these names: Haitian, Dominican Republic, Jamaican, Martinique, I'm not sure where that is, and all the other Caribbean islands. I do not know them all by name, and their designation, as God was giving it to me, this is 5 years ago, okay, was as a group. The Lord also spoke of this group of people called the Gula, or the Gala people. He also spoke of the Lemba, and he spoke of the Bantu nations of the south of Africa. And he also said that there are major tribal strains of Israel within India. And I've always been slightly fascinated by that, though I haven't really taken time to crack open that area of research. He said the black and the brown, the Brahmin, in India, he is saying, you rejected caste, you of the lower caste, you whom are called the unclean caste, you who are not comforted, not clean, seen as the outcast and the runaways of India. He says, you who live in the forests hidden from view. So imagine that. There are Israelites who are living untapped, unknown, undiscovered, God is saying, hidden from view, and he doesn't even give a name for them. Also, he says, in the Sudan. So there are Hebrews in the Sudan. He says, in the Maghreb. That is an area of desert. He said, hidden in the Sahara. And then these two were named by name, Nigeria and Ethiopia. These are modern day designations. Nigeria, capital letters, there was emphasis there. Ethiopia. And then he also said major parts of Cush. This is Egypt. At least I think it is. Biblical Ethiopia is what it was called, but biblical Ethiopia was not modern day Ethiopia now. They would call it Ethiopia, and it would not be actual Ethiopia. It would be called Cush. There were many more that I could sense this prophecy applied to. So many more this prophecy applied to, but I could not hear all the names. I could not hear all the names. It was as if my mind was not holding all the names. I did not know the names. And the last that the Lord mentioned was, you, the Black Americans of the United States of America.